What's up, guys? Good morning, if you can hear me. Okay, so we are starting off on our mid-monthly majors. So the way the mid-monthly majors work is that I pull some cards for you. The cards I'm going to pull are only going to be major arcana, okay? Once we lay this down in a Celtic cross, kind of quasi Celtic cross format, then I'll be able to lay some minor arcana and we'll go through all the signs. Well, at least all the elements today. I'll go through all the elements. Okay. I get a little fatigue when I'm reading. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for checking me out. Like, love me, share, subscribe. Okay. Ring that bell. Find out when I'm going live. I do it kind of impromptu. Okay. So we're about to lay down the majors on earth signs, okay? Check out some monthly majors on earth. Thank you guys again. You guys are having an awesome February. I really had a blast. Those of you who checked me out for my raunchy romance readings the other day, my live sex tarot for Valentine's. That was so funny and so fun. So you guys check me out. Might be doing some zany stuff like that again. You guys can email me at theharlequincafe@gmail.com and get your personal readings. These are going to be really specific to you and really tailored to things that are going to be interesting and speak to you specifically and have to do with your situation specifically. Okay, so let's get started. About to bust this off with some water signs. Now, these are a black and white deck. This is my Hermetic Tarot. I got these off Amazon if you are so inclined. If you are interested in Hermeticism, esoteric arts, Kabbalah, the Golden Dawn, anything like that, this is the deck for you. It also helps you really pull in the astrological knowledge as far as the zodiac and the planetary placements that trigger these cards. Okay, let's see what we got. Water signs. Thank you for water. Okay. Okay, at the center of the reading, you've got the Hangman. Over that, we've got the Fool, the Chariot at the bottom of your feet, your resources, what's in your hands, what's at your feet. What's in your influential past was the Tower reverse, okay? Overcoming, survival, water signs. You got the Sun at your head, okay? Coming up to the Wheel of Fortune reverse, okay? All right, water signs. And I am a Scorpio. Ascendant and a Cancer moon. So this is really going to be talking to me. Okay. All right, guys. Let's check it out. My candle set up. Okay. All right. So here we are at the bottom of the deck. When I see that we've got the Hangman, we've got the Hangman, guys. Okay. This is water signs. Okay. The water, and then it's crossed by the Fool. Okay. So we've got somebody who is basically hanging out to dry, but not in a bad way. Okay, this is someone who is finding their own personal liberation, who's finding their own freedom and kind of their own exceptional path. And they're finding that through personal meditation, reflection. They're finding that through seeing events play out, having just their own sense of intuition about what's going on. I think that some of us water signs are checking things out. You see, this is the Hangman reverse, okay? So he's got an idea, okay? He's starting to integrate knowledge and his perception, okay? His prior knowledge and understanding of the world and how the world works, okay? Life. Okay, now this one we see the crucifix, the Rosicrucian crucifix. Now this is reversed like it would have been for St. Peter, who was also crucified reverse. Okay, so this is talking about your suffering, making you more pure and actually empowering you. So the less that you do, the more empowered that you are. Okay. What's up, Sydney? Hey, girl. Hey, so I hope everything worked out for you. Okay, so this is where we are. We're crossed by, as the hangman being crossed by the fool, we are in a position where we have a new inspired start. And this could be something that has been welling up inside of us water signs for a long time, something that it should have been cooking, something that should have been growing and kind of maturing and being realized within yourself. And now you're ready to bring it to the front. At your bottom of your feet, again, that staying power. This is the chariot reverse, okay? So when we got the chariot reverse, we're talking about, guys, we're not going forward. We're not really pulling in the resources the way we need to. We are not taking the action that we could be taking. And in our immediate, our actionable past, the past that's affecting us right now, okay? This is the tower reverse, okay? Now, this is about survival. This is about not never saying die, okay? So we had this survival instinct before. Now we're in this position, water signs, where we're kind of holding, waiting, watching, trying to go off in our own new path, okay? But there is a bit of a holdup right now, and it could be through our own procrastination or some other logistical things that we need to bring about. And then we've got the sun, okay? In our head, we see success. We know that there is success, okay? We know that there is a bright, shining opportunity coming up. We know that there's going to be balance and harmony, okay? And a vibrant really a Leo energy that's hitting us water signs, okay? And now coming up finally to the Wheel of Fortune reverse, okay? So this talks again about that waiting, that stagnation. So my question for us water signs is what can we do? What can we do if we are not being as proactive as we need to be, or if there are things that are just not coming together? What can we do to have our outcome be a little more expedited? Okay, what can we do to have things work out a little bit more in our favor? And how can we motivate this situation in a subtle, peaceful, kind way? Okay, so that was for my water signs. Right now, I'm going to clarify this. Okay, now I'm going to let you guys see. So, Sydney, you can check this out too, okay? So now what you guys are going to see, okay? You get to see the layout right here, okay? Now these are my majors, and at the bottom of the deck for the water signs was the star card, okay? So this is you definitely are reaching this point of wish fulfillment, of dreams coming true, of being divinely placed and divinely anointed for what you need to do. The challenge with this, though, the challenge that we've got here is how can we free up if there's any stagnant energy, okay? And by being water signs, we are the masters of flow. So if we're going to if things need to flow, we need to let things flow. If things need to stop and freeze, and we need to be able to do that and control that, okay? So I'm going to clarify this with actually my Rider Waite, okay? And I'm gonna let the majors in this deck ride, just in case. So if we get some double up majors, okay, we can see some powerful influences here. When I'm looking at this water signs and I'm seeing the sun and the Wheel of Fortune and the chariot, there is a strong potential for victory here, okay? So the question is, how can we fall in alignment and pay attention to your intuition, what you're watching, what you're studying, what you're perceiving, and how can you move toward your greater success and not obstruct yourself? Okay, I think this is about ready. All right, let's lay it out. Okay, clarified here. The situation clarified by the Knight of Cups reverse. Okay, we're sitting here waiting for some kind of offer that has somebody's changed their mind on an offer. I feel like there was some kind of thing that was approached, and the situation now is that the offer is being scrutinized. So they've either have not made a decision on it, but the offer has been placed, and the offer is being scrutinized. And I see that sitting next to my chariot here. Okay, and these are this is a Cancer sign, and this could definitely be a Scorpio. Again, water signs. Okay, remember I am a Cancer and a Scorpio, so I see this energy here at the base. Okay, the environment is a bit contentious. Okay, the environment has got some kind of fatalist energy in there, and what we've got to do is we've got to know who we're cutting out, and we've got to make decisions. Okay, we've got to be not aggressive, but we've really got to stand our ground right now. Even if we're backed up And even if we're in a situation where we kind of feel like we're powerless, we can't move, you know, you're still going to be able to find a strategy. And here we go, the victory. Okay. And your hopes, your subconscious, this is what we know, but we don't know we know. Okay. This is our subconscious. This is a victory that's here in our midst. Okay. This is this seven of wands here. Okay. So this person is taking that higher ground. This person is dealing with these individual issues and enemies that need to be dealt with. They are not necessarily a cabal. It's not necessarily like a big group of people against you, but there are definitely some issues that need to be stamped out one at a time. And that's what's happening in the subconscious. And again, now I see that paired with our sun card in our conscious mind. Okay. So us water signs, you guys are definitely, okay, coming to a place of victory, coming to a place of personal power. Okay. That personal power is being informed through your patience and your own personal observation, the knowledge that you already have in your own life experiences and your knowledge of the situation deeply, even what other people don't know. You're keeping things to yourself. You have your own path. You have your own mission. You have your own agenda that you're going to be moving on in terms of this offer that was given. Okay. And you guys may be fighting about how this offer is going to come out. But again, now I see here is that there's going to be some clarity, okay, of things that were probably held secret, things that were held back from you, people's sneaky little actions and little things that they're doing that's coming to, that's being exposed, okay? Also, people may be reversing things that they've been working on and some kind of sneaky things that they were saying, hey, wait, I probably don't need to be that sneaky. Maybe some sneaky plans that they had that they are now rethinking, okay? Again, now I see this here. These two are connected, okay, through the fact that us water signs are kind of sitting and chilling and, you know, and in many ways, like our lives are opening up, okay? Water signs, your lives are opening up. You guys are seeing that there's a lot of this foolishness and a lot of these problems that have come are now behind us. We now see that there's opportunity, but still in the midst is still this sneaky competitive, energy. So what we're going to do, water signs, is that we're going to release. We're going to release all of this stuff. We're going to cut the cords that we need to cut, not recklessly, but we are going to we're going to banish, we're going to release, we're going to let these waters flow and these waters pass. Okay. So what's important for us water signs is that we take a certain, not a certain passive role, but that we take a feminine role. Okay. And through that feminine role, water signs, we're going to be able to find a certain power. And what if the feminine power is a feminine wild, the feminine like mystique, the feminine allure, okay? The ability to attract things in without necessarily going to aggressively seek them, but have those things come to us. So that's what we're going to focus on, water signs, okay? That's what I recommend, all right? Okay, so that was the monthly major, mid-monthly majors for the water signs. That wasn't too bad, about 10 minutes. Okay, let's check out the next crew. Somehow that got on water signs. It's supposed to be earth signs, I guess. I don't know how I ended up doing water signs first. But that was water. That was water. Okay, let's check this out. Let's do let's do it for my earth signs now. This is the legit earth. Legitimate. Okay, you guys stay tuned to the end. I'll pull some cards for my lucky viewers. People who are sticking around, you got a chance to win. Maybe you'll win, like Laura, who won some of my world famous hot chocolate from the Harlequin Cafe. You guys can check out the link below. Okay, mid-monthly majors on earth signs. It's hot. Mid-monthly majors on earth signs. Thank you for the earth signs. Speak to the earth signs today. Yeah. I really like this deck because it's got this really cool this like rosy cross right here, the sacred cross, the sacred rose. Okay. Earth. Okay, mid-monthly majors, earth sign. You got the chariot crossed by the hermit, okay? So earth signs, you actually are making some movements, but these are very personal movements. These may be movements in your own personal world. Okay. Going off to your own victory. Okay. Going off. I don't want to say it could be a retreat. It could be a retreating energy, earth signs. Again, whoa. Okay. At the back of the deck. Okay. We got the tower again, reverse. The same tower again, reverse. Okay. All right, so earth signs. Let's look at our monthly majors. Okay, earth signs. You guys are sitting here with the chariot card here. Okay, this means that you guys are showing a lot of initiative. You guys are moving forward and moving your agenda forward. Okay, this means that you guys are able to pull in, kind of seemingly a milieu of energies, a mix of energies, harness them, focus them on what your goal is. This could be earth signs who are dealing with the Cancer and Virgo. As we see this cross with the Virgo. And I do feel a bit like some people are charging to a retreat. Some people are moving quickly to back up, okay, and step back from situations, scenarios that they've been involved with, that there have been a change of plans, that people are that attitudes are shifting on what the priority should be and what we should actually be spending our time and energy on. At the bottom of your feet or in your hands, what you have to work with is the sun reverse. Now, the sun reverse is going to inherently still, it's still going to have that radiant energy. The challenge with the sun reverse is that it's and the challenge with the sun reverse. What up, Sydney? No, I haven't done air yet. Give me about 10 minutes. I'll do air. So the challenge with the sun reverse, though, is that the sun reverse can be an intense energy. Okay, it could be too intense. The sun reverse can be so a little too glorious. Okay, it could be burning. It could be shocking. It can be sizzling and cooking, and it's a little bit too much energy. When I see the sun reverse, that means that we've got to turn that energy down. We've got to not be sunburned, not it's one thing to be sun kissed, but you don't want to sit out there and roast under this energy. So the sun for my earth signs is talking about either a delayed success, but definitely turning this energy down. A smaller, lesser success could be there. Again, we've got this tower behind us. Okay. Now, whatever you earth signs are dealing with, you could probably be really linked up with a water sign right now. This is the same past. This is the same history. Okay. So water signs and earth signs who are probably working together are now moving in these different directions. I urge you to watch both readings. Yeah, when I'm seeing this is that it's just, it's some kind of like, it's almost like somebody holding their hand to a fire, okay? And it's this excruciating pain, but that is unnecessary. It's like this thing should have ended by now. This problem should have ended. And I think that the earth signs, something that you're doing is kind of turning it up too much. You've got the star at your head, which is your conscious ambitions, your conscious hopes, and what your conscious attitude. Okay. So what is that all eyes are on you, earth signs. You know that the ball's in your court. You know that the choices are up to you to shape the future. Okay. You know that you've got the power and you've got the position, you've got the placement to do what you've got to do. Coming up to the future, though, we've got the Emperor reverse. Okay, when we've got the Emperor reverse, this is a king without a crown. This I'm not going to say king without a crown. He's got an inherent royal quality with or without the crown, but this is a king who is kind of in search of his kingdom, who has not fully mastered himself, has not fully mastered his territory. There's still battles to fight. There's still your own status and authenticity that needs to be verified. Okay, so there's a little bit of verification that needs to happen with earth signs here. Okay, so ultimately, when I'm seeing the sun and I'm seeing the star, this is telling me about some far out energy that you're trying to draw in. Okay, something that's kind of far out, you're trying to draw in. Okay, and now at the bottom of the deck is the moon also. So I've got the sun, the moon, and the star. Okay, the sun and the moon are reverse. Okay, so this is telling me my masculine and feminine energies are not necessarily working. That could be on a divine level. I'm not talking about sacred masculine, sacred feminine necessarily. I'm talking about, the god and goddess. I could say that your physical energies and your spiritual energies are not in alignment. And I think that what you need to do is do that retreat, earth signs, so that you're able to recalibrate yourself and really get in touch with your personal kingdom and your personal power. Okay, in your own areas of sovereignty. I think that you need to. I think stepping back is going to be something that is actually going to be a step forward for you, because it's going to give you the ability to get unstuck and kind of look at yourself and kind of edit some of your own actions. Okay. Situation here could be a legal situation here, earth signs. We've got the King of Swords here. Now, this doesn't have to be legal, but this is definitely like a scholarly, someone who is highly versed in the knowledge of the land, okay, who understands how to separate and discern different elements because of their own experience and expertise. Okay, now when we see that hitting the sun, and I see the temperance here reversed, now you got another major here. Some of you are dealing with a delay in having angelic assistance. Some of you there's a block to having your spirit helpers come and speak to you intuitively. Okay. And it's fascinating now because, again, now I see some of the same energies from the water signs, this victory reversed. So this is saying that the earth signs are not having the same victory that the water signs were. Again, the hangman. This is where your future position is, where the water signs started. Okay, so whoever's whatever earth signs are dealing with water signs, you really need to check that stuff. You need to come into alignment with that water sign so that you guys are able to move forward. Okay, because that's very similar to, it seems like if these were two people that I just read to, like a water sign and earth sign, it would seem that you two are both not making the right moves toward each other that you need to make. You're both sitting here analyzing and contemplating. The water sign seems to have a better advantage, but the earth sign here, for whatever reason, there is too much intensity that's actually blocking your blessings in this environment. Okay, it's too much. It's too extra. Okay, and some of us are not listening to our intuition or afraid that we are going to come undone and come out of our come unseen. Now I see these two here. There's the star and the high priestess here. These are both the Shekinah, Holy Spirit, goddess energies here. Okay. Now these are both. This is more of and these are both young adolescent energies. Okay, so these could be feminine sisters. There could be sisters earth signs dealing with sisters. But coming up here, ultimately, that there needs to be a certain separate isolation, okay? That there needs to be this self-imposed isolation, which comes, and it needs to be quick, which comes back to this Chariot and the Hermit, and now it's clarified more by the Hangman, okay? So there's a need for earth signs to really stop, to really reflect on what's going on here. We've got to really look at there is a father-daughter dynamic here. There is also a sister or auntie kind of dynamic kind of thing going on, which is actually leading to this, which is actually part of this playing into all of this kind of isolating energy. So I would recommend earth signs, you guys isolate yourself, because new information is still coming. Information is still coming out, okay? Things are not finished for you, earth signs, okay? Your stuff is still cooking. You need to back up and take a perspective that's going to let you actually take a step forward, okay? All right, earth signs, thank you so much. Now let's go on to our, let's do fire signs, okay? Oh, Sydney, you're not here, girl. I'm about to do fire signs. Okay, so I'm gonna do fire signs. And now, you guys, if you want a private reading, hit me up at theharlequincafe@gmail.com, okay? Okay, I'm really thankful for these fire signs. Okay, now I'm a Leo sun. You guys check out your sun, moon, and rising energies. Fire. Okay. The universe. Okay. So coming to great completions. Completions, fire signs that are happening on a personal, subconscious level, but also happening that there are changes that are happening in you. Fire signs that are subtle and that are small within you, but they're going to make a great change in your atmosphere. Like it's going to make a change in the environment around you because of the changes that are happening inside of you. There is the need for balance and justice here, making sure that things are fair and even, making sure that you're honoring both your masculine and feminine energies here. I think that some of us really need to be honoring our mother. Okay, so some of the, and even at the bottom of the deck, we've got the magician upright. Okay, so fire signs, you guys are, okay, there's definitely some natural magic happening here. I'm seeing the moon and the devil. I'm seeing the chariot and justice. Okay, I'm seeing the chariot and empress, which could talk about a sexual relationship, but these are both reverse. Okay, so it could be a sexual relationship that's not happening, fire signs, or that was happening and isn't happening anymore. That should be happening. That has been reversed somehow. Okay, the heart of this reading here with the universe, you guys are coming to some major completions that have to do with your subconscious, that have to do with past lives and adolescence. This is talking about completing and healing issues that have been going on inside of you for a while, that have been somehow chronic, subconscious issues. Okay. There are some fire signs here who are dealing with some very natural magical abilities. Okay. Who are able to make things happen from their just own will. Okay, maybe you see things happening that you don't fully understand. It may seem like poltergeist energy, but things happen for you and to you. A lot of times it's not deliberate. So there's some level of accidental magic here, and it's not harmful, but it does balance. And this magical energy is going to play out based off of what you're projecting and what you're thinking about. Okay, like I said, we already have the magician here. I've got this here. Okay, this is controversially dark magic. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do believe that this is someone who can pull in energy and resources as they need. Fire signs, okay. Who are able, fire signs are definitely having this. There is a certain level of power here in the fire signs, okay. And what the fire signs are looking at is that they're looking at a certain potency that they're coming to this. Especially with justice and the universe here, they're coming to a very balanced ending. Fire signs were probably stuck in before, but they're coming to a place of domination. Okay. Now, hopefully, you're not being dominated. All right. Hopefully you're the devil on top right here, okay? If anything, okay? You don't want to be the ones who are getting dominated, who are stuck in vice, who are stuck in problems. So fire signs are actually, especially when I see the justice, I think that you were bound before. I think that you were held back from certain prosperity and certain powers and prosperity that you were entitled to. That's this Black Phoenix right here, okay? This is a very powerful and knowledgeable fountain of energy, okay, that it's the Empress reverse, which is actually saying that you're being held, you were being a bit held back or somehow not able to access this fountain of power, okay. But now we coming up to this fountain of power mixed with the devil here. That means that you are coming to, there's going to be a breakthrough, okay, and there's going to be an ability for fire signs to really kind of like cast a spell, cast a certain shadow over a situation, and that things will be just, and that things will move forward, and that things will come to an end and balance out in your favor. Okay, let's clarify with our minors. I mean, with our Rider-Waite. Okay, check this out. Okay, the bottom of the deck. We see the querent. It's crossing the querent. We see what's at their feet. in their hands and their feet to use. We see what was in their immediate actionable past. We see what's in their conscious mind, okay, what they're thinking about, what they know, and we see what's happening in their more literal physical future, okay? And a lot of times, you get this and you think like, oh, it's the magician, people say, oh, manipulation, the devil and the magician are not inherently like evil cards. Okay. So these definitely have some powerful positive aspects to them. And, especially when they're paired in the spread as they are, I don't think that you have something to worry about. I think that you get to be on top, I think that there's fire signs are going to have a sense of dominance, and it's just like this whole cast a shadow. They're about to cast a shadow over the scene. Okay. Like where it's like this, like everybody's like, whoa, who's that? Whose shadow is cast over this? And they're going to say, wow, that fire sign got everything they wanted. That fire sign was able to attract in maybe through mystery, through secret ways. And even though that fire sign, how is that fire sign able to influence the situation? People don't understand how you're able to influence the situation, how you are, okay? Because they don't see you doing stuff, but it's like stuff is working out for you, like stuff is working in your favor, but they don't really see how you're manifesting that, okay? It's mysterious, okay? Fire signs holding on to the situation generally for you speaking is holding on to property, holding on to money, holding on to finances, holding on to a situation. This is resources that are being clutched, okay, and clenched, okay. That's the situation now. With justice here, pairing that is saying that you're holding out for justice. You're holding out to make sure that it's fair. You're not giving anything away unless you're told to and unless you have to, because you're looking for the situation to come to as harmonious end. It's been a long, difficult situation, okay, and you're looking for an outcome that's going to be beneficial for you and that's going to be healing and alleviate a lot of these problems for you, okay. A lot of some of these old issues, okay, and if you're coming up with the devil, and need to dominate that, some of this makes me think of winners and losers, and I'm seeing hopefully that you're being the winner, okay. Even though there is some kind of like this air of mystery, okay, there's still an air of how is all of this going to play out, okay. What's happening? There could also be a pregnancy. Okay, there could be a secret pregnancy. There could be complications with a secret pregnancy. There could be issues around a pregnancy. Okay, so I recommend if you're dealing with any of that, you really need to go see a professional. If you are dealing with any pregnancy whatsoever, especially when I see the devil. Oh, and we got the Chariot again, reverse. Okay, and we've got the 10 of coins at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so fire signs, those of you who are dealing with a pregnancy, I will say that go seek a professional, okay? And that, you just really need to stay on top of your medical care. I think that you're going to have a strong body, okay? And I think that the pregnancy is going to be okay. You may not know that you're pregnant. You may be suspecting pregnancy, okay? But you need to go see a professional and find out what's going on here and how that can play out, okay? So now, again, we're dealing with this, holding on to this energy. We're looking for this sense of justice. We're holding on for an ending that we want, okay? We want a certain ending here, fire signs. I think that, you are hoping for, this could be an emotional issue. This could be a family issue, some issue of people that you know and that you've been dealing with, family, siblings, loved ones, household that is just causing issues, okay? And fire signs is just this whole thing about like, okay, how am I really going to pull this off? How am I going to really pull these things together? You have a situation where coming from the past and the future are both dealing with this Chariot reverse, okay? And this is either not being able to really pull it off and really being able to swing in with that victory, or not being able to pull in your resources together the way you need to and kind of balance everything out. This could be an issue of needing to inspire different groups to come together that you're having trouble with. But I think that it's actually, those are kind of the negative ways it could play out, but I actually think it's a solution because when I see it here mixed with the devil, okay, and again, we're seeing lots of majors that popped out, even with the majors that I already laid down. Okay, so when I see these two paired here, this is more of the literal, and this is the significance of that. Okay, so I kind of think that some inaction is actually the domination, that same mystery that they don't really know how you're influencing them. They don't really know how you're kind of getting away with what you're getting away with, or something like that. Like they don't know how you're getting the justice in your favor. They don't know how you're not moving. It seems like you're not moving forward, but it's you actually are. It's almost like you've gone so inward, fire signs, that you're uncovering this well of fiery phoenix energy, that once you finish digging that out, then then you're going to have this great sense of mastery over your life. And when we see this is really about your own personal and permanent success, okay? Your own well-being and your family's well-being. Like I said, this could be a family and familial issue, but I think that what's going to happen here, fire signs, is you're going to come out of this and you're going to have conquered this. It's almost like a family that needs to be tamed and needs to be conquered in a way, that needs to be directed and ruled over. Okay, and that there needs to be just clarity and justice coming out, and that there needs to be some serious maneuvers, But I think the beauty of the fire sign here with that water sign reverse is that, yeah, there could be a water sign reverse that's suffering. There could be a water sign reverse that is on the losing end of this, but it also could be you taking on these water energies that are much more passive, where you're realizing, okay, I don't need to, not everything needs to be done. Not everything needs to get done. Not everything needs to be acted on. And that when you're able to kind of sit back and kind of just continue to kind of organize, but not necessarily move forward until you're clear, I think that's going to be your key to success. Okay. All right. Okay. So that was, fire signs. Yeah, I think the thing for fire signs is, yeah, just don't move forward until you're clear, until you're 100% sure. Don't spend that money until you're clear. Don't do the things until you have to do it. But you should be prepared. That whole time you're not acting, you should be preparing. Prepare. Okay, because you don't know what's going to happen, and you want to be able to be ready to move. And if you're not prepared, you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to act as quickly and as potently as you'd like. Okay. All right, fire signs. All right, let's jump. Hit me up on air, Sydney. What's up with that, Sydney? Got to stick around. Talk about you want some chocolate. I know you want that chocolate. You got to email me again. Okay, if you guys want some private readings, hit me up. Okay, the Harlequin Cafe at gmail.com. It's so hot. I'm glad this is going to be fascinating. I'm going to open this window. I guess I could turn on the AC. Trying to save the earth. Trying to rough it. It's hot. It's hot in Florida. Let's hit up on air signs. These are your mid-monthly majors, okay? We're looking at some major energies. These are going to really be talking about planetary forces, that are happening, cosmic forces that are happening when we pulling out these major cards. Okay, we're really tapping into the astrology. I wish I knew more about the astrology, and I'm learning. The more I read, the more I learn. Scorpio, death reverse. So this is, again, the air signs. You got death reverse here, crossed by the Hierophant. Okay. Now, again, when you look at the classic Rider-Waite deck, you see the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is pleading with death to be merciful. So I'm seeing that that has been successful. Those have been successful pleadings. Okay. Some of you who are air signs have been able to actually through your own spirituality, through your own prayer and meditation, through your own sacred rites and exercises, have actually been able to ward off danger, ward off prolonged things that could have been in you. Let me rephrase this. some air signs have been able to affect their own karma and their own destiny because they have been so spiritually in tune with themselves. Okay, so they've been able to either ward off danger and disaster. They've been able to ward off endings and death. They've been able to ward off relationships breaking and things that they haven't felt will be beneficial to them. Okay. But even though you've been able to do that, the challenge is it were you doing it masterfully? Were you accidentally warding things off? Are you still juggling? Do you not know how to move forward? Okay, you're hoping for balance, but I think that ultimately there's so much that you guys are dealing with that is just kind of a tricky situation. Okay, it's kind of a tricky situation for the air signs because there are endings that need to happen. Okay, there are endings to marital relationships that need to happen. There are endings to some parent-child relationships that need to happen. Okay, teacher-student relationships, teacher-student dynamics. Okay. Okay, some of you are dealing with some academic issues that have to do with your education, your schooling. Okay, all right. So at the heart of the deck here, we've got the devil. Not the devil. Is death. The death reverse. Okay, scorpionic card. All right. This means that the ending has not come. Okay, not quite yet. All right, we're still kind of waiting on the. We kind of trying to see if this guy at the bottom with his like mouth is kind of like gaping open, like, okay. We trying to see if this guy's about to get up because you see his arms are kind of connected still. Is he reconstituting himself? Is he pulling himself back up? Is he resurrecting himself? Okay, there's a resurrection power with this death reverse, especially when it's crossed by the Hierophant, a Pope kind of figure. Okay, so there is this kind of some of us. Air signs may be feeling this resurrection, may be feeling like, wow, this was going to end and now it's not going to end. I've been able to push this back and stave this back through my own intelligence and my own crafting and my own ability to understand the system and work the system the way I need to really work it. Now you've got the Hierophant also with justice. Okay, so these are two powerful figures who are influencing the lives of themselves and other people around them. Okay. The Justice and the Hierophant are both in here that are, almost like a tag team. They're coming from a spiritual angle, from a supernal angle, from a karmic, energetic area to a physical, on a physical plane, also bringing balance and harmony. Both of these cards are attempting to bring balance and harmony. Okay, and protection. There's a strong element of protection here. I think that you air signs still don't, some of you air signs don't really get it though. You don't really know what you're doing. Like it's still like a juggle. Okay. So I've got at the bottom of the deck here, the Tower reverse. Okay. The third time I've seen the Tower reverse today, the third sign with the Tower reverse, we see that, this person is like, are they falling or are they flipping? Are they falling in style? Okay. They're trying to make some disaster look smooth. Okay. Like, oh, I meant to do that. I meant to blow that shit up. I meant for this whole thing to blow up like that. That was exactly what I needed. And it might be. Okay. So I think that's really awesome. So that's what's at the bottom of the deck. Those of you who are really surviving. And again, this is the Tower and the Death. And I even see the Fool card and the Death here related. This is someone who can survive. This is air signs who can survive, who have been through tough things, who have come out, okay, who have survived some massive challenges, just like it's nothing. When I see the Death and the Fool here, you guys came through some, it doesn't matter that they're reversed when I'm reading it like this. It's just the fact that they're paired together. You guys have been able to survive. Okay. Now, when it's reversed, though, is that I'm seeing there's some residual trauma. There are some residual trauma, some reservations, okay, that are behind that. Now, when we're coming to the future, with the Sun card. All right. The Sun card is radiant and glorious, highly successful, joyous. Okay. joyous. Okay, I think that some air signs have been going to be extremely successful. Even they've kind of been juggling, stumbling through some things, but ultimately it's still going to work out for you. It's working out well. Okay. Yeah, I think you've been stumbling. You maybe have not known where to put your feet. I think that you've been able to successfully ward off a greater disaster. Okay. So that's really great. Okay. And that has to do with your own spiritual acumen. Okay. Your own abilities, your own attainment and your own evolution and your own ability to manifest what you want in your life, whether it's conscious or subconscious. Okay. We just have to make it conscious and more known. And I think that we just need to approach it with more skill. I would say you're consciously doing it, but it does need a little more skill and mastery. But highly successful energies here, highly powerful energies here, and it's something we see in general, I guess, with dealing with the majors. All right, so let's clarify. Okay, we're using the traditional Rider-Waite. You guys hit me up. You can love me, sub me, ring my bell, baby. Okay, you know when I'm going live, I'll be throwing out free cards all the time. You guys can hit me up for a full reading. The harlequincafe@gmail.com. You guys can see any information you need about me below. Okay, you can check out some of my coffee and chocolate products from the Harlequin Cafe, straight out of New Orleans. Actually, the chocolate is from Ghana, the rainforest of Ghana. So whoa, again. Okay, there's 4 pentacles at the issue here. So just as much as I saw fire signs, how I saw water signs and earth signs were interacting, I'm starting to think that the fire signs and these air signs may be having some similar issues because it's, again, similar cards. Okay. Right as I'm talking about that, and then I pull up a fire sign card. We got our page of wands here reverse. Okay, so this is a little bit of a deflated energy. Yeah, don't be discouraged. Okay. So yeah, at the bottom of the deck here for air signs, we've got the Wheel of Fortune here. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune here reverse. Okay. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune here, and the other major arcana that came out was the Hermit reverse and the final outcome. So what I think is happening here, what we're talking about air signs, again, when we're saying that it's just some kind of survival, some kind of like resilience that air signs have been going through. I think that they, again, with this Death reverse and the Wheel of Fortune reverse, is that we are waiting for some karmic cycles and things to play out fully. Now, some things you may be doing, hopefully you're not obstructing this energy. But that you are actually manipulating this energy in a powerful, positive way, even though you may not be fully conscious of what you're doing or how you're actually doing it. I think that this is, again, some issues about some air signs that really just want to take care of themselves, that want to have their own security, their own sovereignty and empowerment, and to be able to have their own identity, their own glory, and that they haven't been able to move forward the way that they've wanted to move forward because they're waiting for this long-term option. Okay. And I think that ultimately this long-term opportunity is going to come to you. It's going to come and bring in balance and justice into your life. And I think that they're going to, when you're still going off and dealing with yourself, there's going to start to be a lot of activity. Okay. Some of you may be dealing with children or students, and with it's just going to be a lot of activity. It's just going to be a lot of activity around you. Like you may be off trying to heal and trying to kind of focus and trying to meditate and trying to kind of like respond. But I think that there's going to be some kind of like big change that comes in. It's going to be a change about a long-term offer. And that long-term project or long-term offer that comes in is going to start to eat into your personal time. And and that's okay. It's fine. It's just like you're not going to have as much time to sit and reflect and be contemplative and as kind of like thought-provoked as you would like to. It's going to be like time for you to get started, time for you to go, time for you to get busy. You're not going to have the time to like fully get prepared. You're just going to have to get busy. Okay, you're just gonna have to get started. Okay, and by getting started, getting started, you're going to see the success and this start, this initiation, this fresh start. Almost like something didn't stop, something didn't end that could have ended. It's like a renewal of, it's like real resurrection energy here. Like something was going down and was like going to end, like a, and now it's like pulling up something major, something karmic, something, that affects your life and the life of others. You know, you're trying to go your own way, but no. You're getting pulled back into a powerful position of you're getting pulled back into a powerful position of teaching here. This could be a job that didn't end. Okay. And instead of the job ending, you're getting like a promotion. Okay. As well. Okay. Yeah. Okay, air signs. So bravo. I think that this shows that there's a lot of strong, stalwart energy here with the fire, with the air signs right now, and that's something that we've seen with all the elements is that people are holding their ground. Okay, we've seen that with the water signs that are holding water and not letting things move, and they probably should be. We saw that with the earth signs where it's like, okay, don't be your own worst enemy because you're inflexible with how much you're doing and how intense you are. We saw that with the water signs, how air, water. We saw that with the earth. Fire signs, how did we see that with the fire signs? Were they too turned up? Oh yeah, fire signs. I think we're coming to a full ending on something. Domination. Yeah. Yeah, you were holding your ground, fire signs, but ultimately you're about to turn into a butterfly and rule over situations. And now I'm seeing here that there's a great success with what the air signs have been holding on to and what you've been kind of pushing back and warding off. Okay. So yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in, checking out. Go ahead and email me and to get your to get your free readings. If you guys do me a favor and you can donate to this channel with links below if you're interested in any of the products, delicious and addictive, intoxicating flavors that the Harlequin Cafe provides, then you can check out some information on that below also. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic week.